Hello and welcome to Richmond. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I partner with Coach Dave Academy and Impel Motorsports to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for tour mods at Richmond as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 3 Week 9 official series. If you guys can, make sure you like and subscribe. It does a ton to help my channel. I'm a very small time racer here in Wisconsin. I've actually got a late model parked in my garage that I haven't been able to run this year, just lack of sponsorship. But my daughter Sydney has been racing go-karts all summer long at Badger Kart Club and at Road Americas. We've been having a ton of fun. So make sure you guys, whatever you can do to help us out, every little bit, whether it's a view, a like, a subscribe, a comment, all of it definitely helps out in terms of getting eyes on us and getting our message out here. So um, tour mods here at Richmond. This is a car track combination that it's been quite a while since we last ran them. So I think a lot of you guys are probably going to have fun. Some of you guys that have eNASCAR aspirations later on are really going to understand Richmond, but the tour mods here present kind of a unique vibe to it. It's a 3/4 mile track, which is one of the bigger tracks for the tour mods that they will see. So the draft definitely plays a big piece into this. So let's head out for qualifying, and we'll kind of show you guys how to do that. We're going to tire heat like we always do. Gas, brake, left, right, swerve. As we're going out to tire heat, go to my friends at Impel Motorsports. They are a Moza and a Next Level Sim Rig dealer, as well as just about every major brand of racing parts that you can get. So whether you drive a Bandolero or a Legend, or you've got a super late model, Impel Motorsports can definitely help you out. So head on over there and check them out. It's going to be lap 2 for our fast lap here with the tour mod. So lap 1, there's just not quite as much grip on exit as what you would like. So we'll definitely pull that. So you see me go high here in lap 2, get a huge run down the front stretch, and then we get to the start finish line here. And you can see here I'm kind of using this seam as my barometer of how tight I am here in the corner. So we're going 136 miles an hour here at this spot, and I'm just kind of running with this seam kind of in line with like the air cleaner, so to speak. And then I'll pull up here as we head towards the corner and kind of straddle that. And then this patch right here into 1 is really, really good for you guys to use to kind of tell where you need to be going into the corner. So this has kind of been my marker for myself to kind of see where I'm at, what I need to do. So as we get to that patch, that's where I'm going to start to think about pulling this car down off the wall. You can see the steering wheel is inputted, dragging just a little bit of brake into the corner just to set the nose, really. I don't even know if you need to put that much, but it just felt like using a little bit of brake definitely helped me get into the corner. And then as you can see, we are pretty much on throttle right away after we get off of it. So back on throttle, bring this car down, and if you can, try and get your left sides right around this darker shade of black in the corner. It seemed like when I get that left front down there in that, it really helped rotate the car around the corner. So we'll get down there, we'll grab that patch, we'll throttle up off the corner, pull it up nice and wide. We run this crack right down here, right into where our spring and shock is, straddle it going into the corner, and then kind of the same thing here for turn 3. We start to see this dashed line here across, pit entry. We're going to start to turn in, use a little bit of brake, get down low in the corner, right down here, use that contact patch there, the little filler, and we just drive right up off the corner and we get ourselves a 450 lap time here for qualifying. So it's not necessarily the hardest lap in the world. It's just difficult, looking at it to kind of get through that. So what we'll do, like we do in every video, we're going to go inside the car presented by my friends at Overdrive Racing Oils and Lubricants. They're a next level sim rig, or they're an independent AMSOIL dealer. Wrong ad read. They're an independent AMSOIL dealer. I put AMSOIL in my personal car, saw about 2 mile per gallon increase. So definitely consider it. They are linked in the description below. If you do decide to purchase, that purchase link credits this channel, so it does a ton to help us out and helps keep our content free. So here we go. Now there we go. Race trim. Race trim's really hard to show you guys kind of in here. I will tell you lap one, you see a 167 and an 832 there. I was not expecting the car to get nearly as loose as it did right off the bat in this room. So I came off this corner and it got super loose on me, and I almost looped it, but we caught it. Your race line's gonna be right there. Race line's gonna be pretty much the same as Q line. I think same input spots, all that kind of stuff. The big thing though is going to be just sticking in the draft and making sure you guys are hanging with them, and putting yourselves in position. I think what you'll see is down the straightaways, there'll be a lot of dive bombs into the corner where guys will try and slingshot out and get underneath, particularly down the front stretch. And then hopefully down the back stretch, they'll be able to get enough of a run. But I think you're going to need help to pass. So think of this almost like a Daytona or a Talladega race, or maybe even a new Atlanta in the eNASCAR stuff, where the draft really comes into play. There's a little bit of off throttle time, but the more momentum you can keep built up, the better you're going to be. And it's all about that speed from center exit of the corner versus entry to center. So you've really got to be aware of that you've got to get your momentum built up and be able to carry that down the straightaways. These races are generally speaking pretty clean, just because guys get so far pulled apart that it becomes difficult for them to do a lot of weird stuff in there. Sorry about that. So you definitely want to kind of keep things going. Try and keep the car nice and straight and stay in the draft. In terms of tires, I think tires for the tour mods are going to be important. I know from past experience, keeping the car underneath you for 60 laps is sometimes difficult with these. So I would look, if you get a caution with like 40 to go, maybe that's when you start looking at pitting between 40 and 20 to go. If you get a caution after 20 to go, you really got to look and see what the rest of the field is doing. And if everybody else is pitting with you, I would consider it. The other thing too is if your car is building loose throughout the run and you just feel like you're really getting loose on exit, something that you could look at doing in the pits if they'll allow you is to take two tires. Sometimes a two tire stop will actually help you more, in the sense that it will tighten the car up. So especially if you're building loose over a course of a run, just take your two tires, and then what that'll do is that's really going to help you with a tighter car. Your stagger, at least on the short term, it won't be quite as big. Although we do have technically perfect stagger, but it does still seem to tighten the car up a little bit. So if you guys haven't already done so, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Head on over to our Discord, linked in the description below. We always love having people there, and we will see you guys in the next video.